is my birthday, which makes for the perfect opportunity for self-reflection and a reminder to check in with myself and see if I'm on track towards building the life that I want. My life's changed so much since my last birthday, and it's funny because you don't realize how much it can change in just 1 year until you really live intentionally and reflect on it. I'm turning 26, and this is the first year that I put myself first and feel like I truly lived authentic to who I am. It was a year of self-discovery and so much growth. It's the first year that I've ever felt love towards myself. The first year that I begin to notice my worth and value myself and actually feel proud of who I am and what I've accomplished. I have so much more clarity in what I want to make out of my life. I've experienced so much freedom from traveling, and I've met so many new people who have taught me so much and opened my eyes to what's possible. The biggest change I've experienced over the year is an internal one. I have a much closer relationship with myself, and I feel like I understand myself so much more. I've spent a lot of the year observing my thoughts and feelings and just self-reflecting, leaving my past behind and moving forward, and it feels like there's a new light within me. I'm finally able to create my own happiness from within, not having to rely on anyone else or seek for validation or approval, and all of this has made me feel a lot less alone. I've learned so much this year, but I'd say the biggest lesson I've learned is that I have the power to change my life, and it can just start with a single decision. Live with intention, with every action contributing to the success of your future self, even if that means taking an afternoon off to do nothing but rest. Do it with intention. What you do now, every day, will determine who you are and what life you live in a year's time. So make the most of it. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared, just go for it. Growth comes from discomfort, and you're so much more capable than you think. For most of my life, I never really enjoyed celebrating my birthdays, and there's one that I remembered a few days ago that really stands out to me, and that's when I was turning 6. My parents arranged a pool party for me, and they invited all of my friends, and the time finally came where everyone was gathered around a big table. They were bringing the cake out, and they were all singing. And in that moment, I just started crying and I ran away. And I don't really remember much else from that day, but what I do remember is all that attention and all those eyes on me. It felt so intense that I really didn't know how to process that anxiety or all of those emotions, that I just cried and ran away and hid. After school, when I lost touch with a lot of my friends and I didn't really have anyone very close to me in my life, I really didn't like my birthdays. I would always compare myself to others who always celebrated it so nicely with so many people around them. I remember like a meme that used to go around where that Snapchat notification was the only birthday wish that you'd get, and a lot of the times I actually felt like that. I mean, I have my mom and my sister who always made me feel so loved and so appreciated every single birthday. But for me, I was too focused on what other people thought of me rather than what I thought about myself. I let the number of birthday wishes I got each year determine my self-worth. And because of that, I started to think that birthdays weren't a big deal. You know, it's nothing special about your birthday, it's just any other normal regular day, and I stopped wanting to celebrate my birthdays completely. And I come to realize now that it's just because deep down I was sad that I didn't have anyone to celebrate it with, and that no one really wanted to celebrate it with me either. But now, as I've started to love myself and that I can notice my self-worth and I value myself, and I'm just happy that I'm alive, I want to celebrate my birthdays. I want to celebrate myself, and I want to celebrate another year on this earth, being able to experience this beautiful life. I want my birthdays to be a reminder to show myself love and to show myself kindness and to shine light on the good qualities of myself that otherwise might be a bit challenging to notice. It feels really good to come to this understanding and to be able to shift my perspective and let go of that negativity that I held around my birthdays, and instead to replace it with love and celebration and joy. This is the first year that I truly lived for myself, so I'm glad to be celebrating it here alone in the cabin, filled with so much peace and just being able to have an intimate moment of love and appreciation with myself.